Hi there, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Hatha Yoga tonight. My name is Desi. I'll be taking us through about a 45 minute class. A mat would be great. We'll have a couple of options to use our blocks just for some extra support, but no worries at all if you don't have them. We will spend a little bit of time on our hands and knees, so if you know your knees are sensitive, feel free to double up your mat or set down a blanket or something to support the knees. All right. So for class today, we're really going to focus on connecting to the breath. So doing a lot of simple movements, repeating them so that we can really feel the breath and connect with that as we go throughout class tonight. Okay. So to start, we're actually going to come down on our backs. So not often that we start in that way. So you can just make your way down nice and slow. And the knees can be bent here, or you can lengthen them out long, whatever feels more comfortable. We're going to start tonight by bringing one hand right over the chest and one hand to the belly. Really letting ourselves start to drop in here and feel the breath. So as we inhale through the nose, we start to feel the breath move down through the chest and then filling up the belly. And as we exhale through the nose, just the opposite, feeling the belly release as the air comes back up through the chest and out the nostrils. So we'll stay here for a little while, feeling the breath, noticing its properties. Is it quick or slow? Is it deep or shallow? Imagining we're creating a wave with the breath. So inhaling, feeling that wave rise through the chest and then the belly, and then fall back down on the way out. Maybe we notice that just naturally the breath starts to deepen here. And then on your next exhale, we'll release both arms down to our sides, palms face up. As we inhale through the nose, we'll lift the arms up and all the way overhead, palms face the sky. Maybe they touch. And as we exhale, we'll pull the palms down until they tap the floor. Finding your rhythm here with your breath. So inhaling, arms come up overhead. Exhaling, we release. Go through about 5 more rounds here, matching with your breath, moving the arms at a pace to mirror your inhales and exhales. Go through 2 more rounds with your breath. And when you finish that second round, we're going to bring both knees in toward the chest, bringing the palms right to the kneecaps. We can adjust here. Maybe we lift the tailbone up for just a second so that we can resettle back down, feeling the full length of the back pressing into the mat. Connecting to the breath here, as we inhale, we'll pull the knees toward the chest. And as we exhale, we push them away, letting the arms straighten. Finding our rhythm here. Inhaling, knees come in. Exhaling, arms lengthen out. Continuing with your breath. Beginning to notice what else is going on in the body as we start with these very subtle movements. Waking up, let's go through 2 more rounds of breath with this pattern. And on that last exhale, with the arms extended, we can release and we'll let the feet come back down. Palms will be facing down again, right by our sides. We'll press into the palms to start and lift the hips up into our bridge as we inhale. And spine and hips roll down on the exhale, starting here, moving up and down. Feeling the back press back down into the earth, one vertebrae at a time. Option to stay here, or we're going to add the arms. So as we inhale, hips lift, arms come overhead. Exhale, hips start to lower, palms press down into the earth. Nice work. Warming up through the glutes, the hips, the core. Let's go through 2 more rounds. And after that second round, we'll bring the knees back toward the chest. Hands will come right behind the thighs. And we'll start to rock along the spine, up and down. Doing this a couple of times. And then we'll come up to a seat, cross-legged. Coming back, one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. Maybe the eyes close here as we return to the breath for a few rounds. Noticing where the body is at today, the mind. Considering how we might continue to cultivate this connection between the breath and movement, even off the mat, just in life, feeling this deep connection to our breath. Two more full rounds of breath here, nice and easy. Start to make our way to our hands and knees position. So we might uncross, bring the legs to one side, just gently come around, finding our hands and knees, and starting to move through our cat-cow here. So inhaling, letting the belly drop, exhaling, spine rounds. Finding your version here in our gentle spinal flexion and extension. Seeing if you can really press into the palms and spread the fingertips wide. We'll start to make this movement a little bigger. So maybe as you exhale and the spine rounds, you also bring the hips toward the heels. And then as we inhale, we circle forward with the belly down and circle back. So just deepening this movement through the hips and the spine. And if you chose to circle, let's reverse it, getting that rotation in the opposite direction. And when you feel ready, we'll come back up to our hands and knees. We're going to step the right foot up between the hands. So we might move and adjust a little bit. We can have our blocks handy if you want to use them or know they're supportive for you. Coming into our low lunge, so fingertips can be on the earth on either side of that foot or up on our blocks. We might walk that back knee a little further back. From here, we're going to move into a new flow. So inhaling here in our low lunge, exhaling, we press through that heel, front leg straightens to our half splits. Inhale, we roll forward to our lunge, chest rises. Exhale, back half splits. Moving here, nice and rhythmic, just back and forth. Feeling through the back of the leg and then through the front of that quad and the hip. Just checking out the legs, the lower body here. I know my hamstrings are almost always tight on the back of my legs, so this is a great movement to just work on flexibility and mobility for those big muscles in the legs. The next time you're forward in your lunge, let's stay. Maybe the fingertips come up to the thigh, or maybe on an inhale, we rise the arms all the way overhead into our low crescent lunge here. And maybe we start to grab the left wrist with the right hand and start to pull it over to the right side so we also feel this lengthening through the side body. Taking 2 deep breaths here. And on your exhale, we can release, fingers come back down to our blocks or the earth, and we just bring that knee back, and we'll bring the left foot in front now. Making any adjustments with the knee, maybe it walks back a little bit, using the blocks if we'd like to, or we can just be down on fingertips here. Finding our low lunge, and then we'll get ready for some movement. Inhaling here in our lunge, exhaling, front leg straightens back into our half splits. Inhale, we roll forward, low lunge. Finding your rhythm here, moving back and forth. Let's do about 2 more here. Feeling this connection. And then the next time we come into our low lunge, let's stay. Option to stay down nice and low here. Or maybe fingertips come to that thigh or all the way overhead. From here, using the left hand to grab onto that right wrist, gently pulling it over to the left side, feeling that lengthening through the right side body. 2 breaths here. And on that second exhale, we'll release. Fingertips coming all the way down to the mat now this time. We'll bring that left foot back, coming back to hands and knees, walking the fingers forward just a bit, pressing into the palms. We'll curl the toes under and lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedaling through the feet here, taking a moment to find this position. And then let's find stillness, just letting the heels get heavy, pressing into the palms. On your next inhale, we're going to start to walk the hands back to the feet until we find our forward fold at the back of our mat. On an inhale, we'll lift halfway, fingers to shins or thighs. Exhale, we fold. On your next inhale, we'll walk back to our down dog, nice and slow, until we can press into those palms. 1 breath here. And on that next inhale, walk it back. We'll do this a few more times. Exhale into your forward fold. On your inhale, we'll lift halfway. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we walk. Exhale here, down dog. 1 more full breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we'll start to walk back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we walk it out. Exhale, pressing back, down dog. 1 breath here, full inhale. Full exhale. 2 more rounds. On our inhale, let's walk it back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we lift. Exhale to release. Inhale, let's walk it out. Exhale, pressing the hips up. Full breath here. On that inhale, let's walk it back last time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, we release. Let's stay here in our forward fold. Few breaths. Feeling free to grab opposite elbow if that feels right, to really let that upper body hang. Nice lengthening through the back of the legs. And on your next exhale, we'll release fingertips back down to the earth. And one more time, we're going to walk back to our down dog. And here we'll stay again, lifting the hips up. On your next inhale, let's lift the left leg high. Exhale, we'll bend through the knee, stepping the left foot between the hands. This time, we'll keep the back leg lifted. Always have the option to come knee down. On your inhale, we'll rise up, high lunge here. Maybe you step the back foot in a little bit so we can feel nice and sturdy here, so that back heel is lifted, hips are facing the front. On your exhale, let's rotate that back foot to press it down into the mat, straighten through the front leg. Bring the arms to the hips. Maybe we walk that back foot in a step or two. Hips are still facing the front, and we tilt here, finding our pyramid pose. Hands can stay on the hips. They can come to the earth, or they can come to blocks. What's important here is that that front leg is mostly straight with a slight bend in the knee, and the hips are facing down. Breathing here. We're going to move between these two positions a couple more times. So between the high lunge and here in our pyramid. So from pyramid, whether the hands are on the hips or down, we're going to rotate back so that we're on the ball of that back foot, bending through the front knee, arms lift overhead. Full round of breath here. A nice big inhale. And exhale, we release. On your next inhale, let's rotate that foot down again, straighten through the front leg. Hands come to hips. Exhale, we bend. One full breath here. Nice big inhale. Exhale, we release. Inhale, we bend through that front knee, rotate on that back foot, arms come overhead, high lunge. Exhale here. One full round, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hands to hips, rotate onto that back foot, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, we tip. One round, inhale. And exhale. One more time with each of these. On your inhale, we'll rise up, high lunge. One full round of breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, hands to hips, planting the back foot, straightening the front leg. Exhale, we tilt. We'll stay here in pyramid for a few rounds of breath, so feeling free to get those blocks back again, letting yourself really sink over that front leg. Nice work. On your next exhale, rotate back, bend through both knees, and step the back foot up to meet the front. Finding that forward fold once again. This time on your inhale, we'll rise all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, palms through center at the heart, and release, palms face the front. Taking a moment here, feeling grounded in our mountain pose. Both feet nice and sturdy. Option to stay here, just feeling strong in our mountain pose, or we're going to add a little movement. We'll inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, they circle around and down. Continuing just like that. Option to add on a heel raise from here. So as we inhale, arms raise up, we come onto the toes. Exhale, arms come down and back, gently lower onto the heels. 3 more rounds. Either feet are planted or we add that lift. One more time. And we'll exhale, finding our mountain pose once again. Breathing here. From our mountain pose, we're going to step the left foot back this time, stepping right into our high lunge, bending through that front knee, lifting the arms up overhead. You can always lower down onto the ground here and repeat that flow we did before. On your next exhale, hands to hips, we'll rotate, planting that back foot, straighten through the front leg, and we'll start to fold down, finding that pyramid pose. You can reach for those blocks again, or just keep the hands on the hips or fingertips to the earth. Taking our time to just feel it out on this side before we flow between those two. And then we'll move. So on your inhale, we'll rotate through that back foot, coming all the way up, high lunge, exhale. Full breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hands to hips. We plant the back foot, straighten that leg. Exhale, we tip. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale with control, rotating back, high lunge. Exhale. Full round. Inhale here. Exhale. Next inhale, we rotate. And exhale, we tilt. Full round of breath. Nice big inhale. And let it release. Inhale, rotating back last time through our high lunge. Full round of breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Using that inhale to set us up. Straighten the leg. Exhale, we tilt. And this time, let's stay again for a few breaths. You can bring the blocks back if you'd like to. Allow yourself to just go a little deeper. Nice work. These are both challenging postures, the high lunge and this pyramid. They require a lot of work in our legs here. So taking this moment to relax. From here, we can move the blocks out of the way if we were using them. We'll rotate once again onto that back foot. We'll lower the back knee, step the front foot back. So now we're coming back to our hands and knees. We've been here before. Moving into some stability for that core. On your inhale, let's extend the right leg out long and just start to rock back and forth on that foot. Really seeing if you can press down through all 5 toes when you rock back. Nice. And from here, we'll lift the right toes up so that leg is extended, nice long line. And on your next inhale, we'll reach the left arm forward. So opposite arm and leg. This is tough here. One breath, nice big inhale, nice big exhale. And then let's move as we inhale, bringing the elbow toward the knee. Exhale, we extend it out long. Let's do 3 more. Inhaling together. Exhale, we release. Inhale in. Exhale out. One more time. And then we can bring the hand down, knee down. Good job. We'll move through that on the other side. So starting by just extending the left leg, we'll start to rock front to back here. Feeling it out on this side. And when you're ready, we'll lift off, left leg tall, and maybe that right arm reaches out. One full breath here, holding. And then let's move. Inhale, elbow toward the knee. Exhale, we extend. 3 more. And one more time. And release. Bringing the big toes together, knees come wide, letting the hips sink back, extended child's pose here. Forehead can come to the earth. Taking 3 rounds of breath here. And then we'll start to press back up through our hands and knees. And we'll come all the way around to a seat. So swinging the legs to one side. And we'll just come down. Rolling all the way back down onto our back where we started today. And once we're there, we'll bring the left knee in toward the chest and we'll let the right leg extend out long. Feeling free to take any movement through the ankle that feels good. Option to stay here, or on your next inhale, we can lift the head, neck, and shoulders toward that knee. And on your next exhale, we'll all release if we were lifted, moving into our twist, guiding that left knee over to the right side. Left arm opens out wide, and maybe we turn to look to the left. We can keep that leg bent here, or we can straighten it out if that feels okay. Making the legs into this kind of L or scissor shape. On your next exhale, let's bring everything back together through center, hugging the left knee in one more time, and then we'll switch. So bringing the right knee in, extending that left leg out long. Noticing how this side might feel different. Option to stay here, or in your next inhale, we can lift up head, neck, and shoulders coming toward that knee. And on your next exhale, we'll release if we were lifted, moving into our twist, other side, guiding that right knee over to the left. Right arm extends out, gaze may come to the right. Option to extend that leg out long if that feels okay, or keep it bent. Just finding your twist here. Couple more breaths. And then we'll start to bring it all back in. This time, let's bring the soles of the feet to the earth. We'll bring them to the very outer edge of our mat so that we can let the knees come in toward one another so they can just kind of fall together. Hands can rest on the belly or the rib cage. Coming back to the breath as we're finishing our practice tonight. Reflecting on this process, what was it like to really try to stay connected to our breath? It's definitely not an easy thing to do. From here, let's do the reverse. So we'll walk the feet together now and let the knees come wide, finding our reclined cobbler's pose, soles of the feet press together. Moving into our Shavasana here, our final resting pose. So maybe the legs start to extend out long, arms can release, palms face up by your side. Or maybe you prefer a different resting pose, child's pose, on the belly, seated. We'll stay here for a few minutes, feeling free to get comfortable, using any pillows, blankets that feel right. You can put your socks on or a sweatshirt. Taking any other movements the body needs as you get settled for rest. Letting yourself connect to the breath one final time, and then letting that go, and just letting the body melt into the earth, closing the eyes, knowing that for today you did enough. We don't need anything else, and we can just rest. I'll bring us back together in a few minutes. Starting to bring some gentle movement back into the body. Maybe you start to slowly open the eyes, moving through the fingers, the wrists, the ankles, the toes. And in your own time, no rush, we'll roll to one side and press ourselves up back to a seated position. When you get there, bringing the palms together right at the heart, closing out our practice with gratitude for one another, for this time that we spent caring for ourselves. The light in me honors and acknowledges the light in each of you. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Gentle bow of the head to the hands, body to the earth. Thanks so much. Have a restful evening and weekend, and I hope to see you next week. Thanks, everybody.